Switzer, this one's for you. I'm eating a taco in this video because it's a bit of an inside joke. Back in 1980, when the Sooners under head coach Barry Switzer went to the Sun Bowl in El Paso, Barry Switzer brought with him a bag of tacos on the Bob Devaney show. So, I'm going to be eating a taco for my Sooners. Because we are going to the Sun Bowl in El Paso against the Standford Cardinal. I know I haven't made a video in a while. My capstone paper is finally done. All my classes are done, just finals coming up next week. So I finally get some time to make a video. My next video will be my Christmas one, so look forward to that. And let's just talk about these last couple weeks in college football, guys. So far, so good. Things pretty much rolled out the way I thought they would. Oklahoma State got the Cotton Bowl bid, which I knew they would. They don't deserve it, but they do. And I said before, God forbid Okie State ever faces a defense like Oklahoma's, which they probably will again with Ole Miss. But whatever, that's where they're at. So Oklahoma will head to El Paso in the Sun Bowl against Stanford. Or as I like to call them, Toby Gerhart and the Pips. But in all seriousness, I do have a lot of respect for Stanford. And I hate this because I hate basing my respect for other teams off a single game. But any team that can go into the Coliseum and beat USC 55-21, which just is not an easy thing to do, theoretically, to play USC in the Coliseum and not just play them there, not just beat them there, but burn and pillage the Coliseum to the ground. That's something to be said. So I have a tremendous amount of respect for the Stanford Cardinal, and I can't wait to play them, but we'll get into a more in-depth game analysis later. The Sooners have little under a month to prepare. Playing each other on New Year's, if I'm not mistaken. Let's talk about a couple championship games. So, Big 12 championship. That was a little anticlimactic at the end there now, wasn't it? Well, the big playmakers were playmakers, like everyone said. Jordan Shipley got his catches when he needed to. Colt McCoy made his throws that he needed to. And Ndamukong Suh was Ndamukong Suh. And he deserves to be in New York for the Heisman ceremony tomorrow night. But, you know, Nebraska, you had a chance. Nebraska, you had a chance. And you played really well. You played some of the best football I've seen you guys play all the time. And I am glad you took the Big 12 North as according to my prediction. But you just gave the game away by punting that ball out of bounds, getting Texas at the 40, and then giving up that 15 yards from the horse collaring thing. You just shot yourself in the foot. And, Texas, congratulations. You are the Big 12 champions. You did what you had to do to win, and you won. I don't care if it was pretty, you won. And that's the important thing, and that's why you're in the national championship game. And let's also talk about the SEC championship game. I've only got one word for that. Wow. Wow. And three more words. Down goes Tebow. I mean, holy crud. Alabama, I said this earlier. I thought Alabama was playing much more impressive football than Florida. But at the same time, I didn't anticipate the bloodbath for the Gators that this was going to turn into. I mean, wow. Tim Tebow cried. He cried. Man, Alabama showed up like they haven't showed up all season. They were playing their minds, playing outside their minds. That little dance down the sideline for McElroy and Ingram just really showed up for this team. Wow. So all you Bama fans on here, Law Tide, Biggie and Bama, those are the only two I've talked with the most, but I know there's a lot of you other guys on here, so congratulations, Be happy for your team. You deserve to be. Sorry. And you deserve to be in the national championship game. But for some of the rest of these bowl games, a BCS was getting it wrong again. I mean, TCU and Boise State in the Fiesta Bowl. Okay. Why don't you just call the Fiesta Bowl the Feel Sorry For Us Bowl at this point? I still say TCU should be playing Florida. But, you know, that's just too great of a risk for the BCS. Because, God forbid, a team like TCU beat a team like Florida, and then there will be absolutely no justification for why TCU should not be in the national championship game because they've won all their games, and if they were to beat Florida, just beating a huge powerhouse and proving themselves finally. But, you know, if you put TCU and you put Boise State and you put them in the same bowl, one's going to beat the other, so it's no harm, no foul. They kind of just cancel each other out. No more threats, guys. No more threats. Let's go get back to our calculators. But we'll see how that turns out. So, that's the way things have been going down so far, so good. Heisman Trophy ceremony tomorrow night. It's going to be between Ndamukong Suh, Toby Gerhart, Mark Ingram, and Colt McCoy. Mark Ingram, you know, he really showed up and had a great performance against Florida, but I'm sorry, he cannot get the Heisman. No. There's only two guys who can get the Heisman. Toby Gerhart and Colt McCoy. Those are the only two guys who can get the Heisman. And Sooners fans, before you burn me at the stake, I have my reasons. But that's all I gotta say. So there's gonna be more videos. Like I said, my Christmas video coming up. Like the hat. It's a really good hat. So I'm just going to sit here, finish my taco, I'll get my Christmas video out soon, and then I'm going to make another line of videos, hopefully, during the Christmas season leading up to the bowl game, because the camera that I was using all this time has just broken, and I'm using a borrowed camera for this one. So hopefully I'll be able to figure out something else for the rest of my videos. But guys, thanks for your patience, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and I'll be catching you guys later, so Boomer Sooner. This is a really good taco, by the way. Really good.